Foxparks, why are you attacking the 8th deer? Look, listen, you've got to be my friend, and you can't be my friend if you're dead. Hello there, all you absolutely magnificent people, and welcome back to another episode of An Ecologist Plays, where we get to talk about nature while playing games. Now, we are back here in Palworld. It's myself, An Ecologist, and we are joined by Lucky Luke, our lucky lamb we caught in our first very short episode. So of course, I'm an ecologist by training, which means I need to understand how things work in nature, and that is what we're going to try and figure out in this game, how things are working. And to do that, we are going to look at each of the little creatures we encounter and talk a bit about how they would survive in this interesting world. Now, we are currently a bit nomadic. We don't have a base yet. That is actually objective number 1 today, is to find a suitable spot to actually start a base. And I have got a place in mind. Normally I actually base down there, but today I think we are going to head a little bit more in this direction and try and find a nice big open spot. So there are a few requirements, of course, like in human history. Most tribes have been nomadic, and that's what we are currently, but there would be a few requirements for us to actually settle down. It needs to be a large open spot. Normally you would have to be close to water, so that's what we are going to also base it on. That and the availability of raw resources like timber or stone, something along those lines. Now, I may actually have preferred to just stay a bit nomadic for quite a while. However, we can't actually access all the pals we catch until we have got a base set down or a pal box set down. So we're going to run past all these little pals we have got here just so that we can find a nice openish spot, probably just on the other side over there. And we also have a note here, and it basically just talks about the castaway who thought that, okay, well, there's a whole gap in the Earth's map, maybe there's something strange to find there. And well, there it is, got stranded on the Palpagos Islands. And this is the area I'm considering for the initial base. So there are quite a few rocks in the area one can mine, there are quite a few trees one can chop down, and of course, as is very important in human history, it's close to a fresh source of water and some berries or fresh food as well. So we can collect those as we go along as well. So this, I think, is where we are going to put down our first pal box. But of course, first we need the pal box recipe there, or technology, so that we can plop this down somewhere over here. Alright, so this is basically home sweet home for now. We've got a bed, at least we'll be able to pass the night. We've got one storage chest thus far. We've got a workbench and a repair bench. And we also have a little visitor here. We've got the wandering merchant over here. I'm not going to attack the wandering merchant and catch them. However, I am going to sell to him. And we have got one precious pelt to sell. And that is because we have caught our lucky Lambo, old Lucky Luke. One thing that's going to be very important to catch is, of course, a Foxparks. But I do want to have a ranged weapon before taking it on. So let's just quickly craft the old bow and some arrows. It's not the best, but it's going to be something. We do need more wood, however. And that is where it is useful that we have at least built close to some timber, close to some trees, of course, to harvest. Now, unfortunately, whenever humans do settle in an area, very often the trees are the first to be overexploited, where vast woodlands, of course, disappear because there are so many people. Everybody needs to build a house, everybody needs to burn fuel in order to stay warm in the middle of winter, and of course the forests suffer as a result. And that can have massive knock-on effects in the ecosystem because a lot of animals, of course, are dependent on the trees for habitats and for food and for nesting sites and stuff like that. And species like the passenger pigeon in North America, which used to be the most common bird with numbers of up to 3 to 5 billion of them, that's a billion with a B, flying around North America. They were once the most common bird, and now of course they are extinct, died out. The last individual, I believe, was Martha, which died on, I believe, the 1st of September 1914. So quite a while ago, 110 years ago, that bird went extinct. And one of the major contributing factors was, of course, the fact that the woodlands were overexploited and disappeared because humans settled in large areas of North America, harvested the trees because, well, they need timber, and then the passenger pigeon lost their breeding and feeding sites and their food overall as well. And that was one of the contributing factors to that bird going extinct. That, and of course, overexploitation of the bird itself by humans in the area. We're just going to craft this old bow, not the best bow at all, and we're going to have Lucky Luke over here just helping us. So thank you, Lucky Luke. Whenever I play games, whenever I have the opportunity to have a ranged weapon, you can betcha I'm going to have a ranged weapon. I also do need a food box while Lucky Luke is busy constructing the arrows there, a whole bunch of arrows. There's no point in having just the bow, you need the arrows as well. We're just building the food box here, the feed box, so that we can put food in here for our pals. As we assign them to the base, as they get hungry, they can at least come and eat here. So we've got 13 berries, not a lot, but it is something. And then we can also finally assign a pal that will permanently be working in the base. Now, as night is falling, we have finished the pal box upgrade missions. We have built a wooden chest, and we have deployed a pal to the base. So we've got a little lamble working in the base now, and we can just upgrade it, get it to level 2 now. And now we need to build a primitive workbench and a shoddy bed, but when you look at that, we've already done that, so we can just upgrade once more. And now we have built a feed box, and we just need to build 2 more pal beds, and then we can upgrade once more. And every time we level up the base, we can add another pal to the base, and eventually we'll be able to build a second base. So that's going to be a little bit in the future though, but for now this is our base. It is taking shape. Alright, a brand new day full of opportunity. Now, one thing we do need would be more pal spheres, because we only have 2, and I'm just scared that we're not going to be able to catch a foxparks with those 2, and we'll be forced to kill it, as it will then continuously, of course, attack us. So let's just make a few pal spheres by mining first. And I've got my eyes set on that foxparks right over there, that level 3 foxparks, right over there. That's going to be our target. And we can make 11 pal spheres. Hello, Eighth Deer. Clearly the Eighth Deer here wants to also join our party at some point. Oh, you're chasing the other one, I guess. Oh, never mind, you are under attack by the foxparks. Interesting. Foxparks, why are you attacking the Eighth Deer? Look, listen, you've got to be my friend, and you can't be my friend if you're dead. That's actually perfect. No, I'm gonna catch you before these guys kill you. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, he jumped out. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to have to catch another foxparks. That was disappointing. Alright, so I guess we're hunting foxparks in a different region. I think just across the hill here where we came from. There should actually be quite a few foxparks for us on that side. So let's head on over there. Of course, we are going to get some more chickapeas as well, because, well, chickapeas are great for eggs, both when we catch them and when we actually put them in the base. And look, there is a foxpark, so there is our quarry. There's also a liftmonk over here. We're going to do liftmonk, I think, next time, maybe not today. We are going to take on the foxparks over here and hopefully not kill it. We are going to have to dodge its attack, because there we go. Okay, I almost did not manage to dodge that. Just tap, 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 and catch. And please stay in there. Yes, there's our first foxparks. It's a motivational leader. Wonderful. Oh, and there are 2 more. Of course, there is also a syndicate thug over here. We don't like the poachers. Let's try to get rid of the poachers. Oh wow, he is of course shooting at me. And I do not have a shield yet. But he doesn't have a life anymore, so that's fine. What did you drop? Coarse ammo. Okay, thank you. Now 2 foxparks at the same time may be slightly difficult, but they seem to have been split. So divide and conquer, you know. Never mind, that other one is coming back. They are semi-social creatures, it seems. They are mostly found either individually or in pairs. Okay, this one is caught. Now it is that one's turn. And that should be it. Brilliant. So we now have 3 of them. And this one is a work slave. In other words, is going to work very, very quickly at our base. And that's going to be very useful for kindling. So to smelt metal, to cook food for us, do all those types of things. So I think let's head back here, back to the base. And it took me so long to find out you could actually fast travel to your base and from your base. But eventually we figured out, okay, you can actually do that as well. Now, of course, one can only live off the land for so long. Only so long can you actually hunt the chickens for their meat and the eggs and harvest the berries for food. Eventually you're going to have to settle, and you're going to have to start cultivating your own crops, and you're going to have to start animal husbandry. And that's what happened in human history, of course. At some point, farming became very, very important. I believe in the late Stone Age, when people settled a little bit more in an area. They weren't just nomadic like we basically have been thus far. We've been hunting chickens for meat and eggs, we've been hunting lamballs for their wool, and we've been gathering berries wherever we found it. And of course, you know, chopping down trees and mining stone wherever we went. Now, however, we are going to start becoming a little bit more settled. We are going to start by crafting a berry plantation, or 2 berry plantations actually. Now the problem is that yes, we have got these crops now, but we have got no pels that will enable us to actually plant anything there. So we need a gumos and we need a pen gullet to actually plant and water the crops there. So that is probably what we are going to be doing possibly next time. We'll see. Maybe today still. Now, if we look at a creature like foxparks, they're actually very well adapted for being the way they are. Of course, they are a typical canet, they are a typical fox. I mean, they resemble the red fox after all. So they're probably based on that. Basically, the red fox mixed with a fennec, a little fox with massive ears that we find in the desert areas of Africa, northern Africa. So the foxparks here with its massive ears, those massive ears are there as an adaptation to get rid of excess heat. Whenever a creature is living in a desert environment or a very, very hot environment, odds are that it's going to have massive ears. In cold environments, in the Arctic for example, animals are going to have much smaller ears because they don't want to lose a lot of heat from their ears. So in the ears there'll be lots of blood vessels. If the little foxparks get too warm, it most likely would be able to pump a lot more blood to these ears, and whenever there's a little breeze blowing across the ears, they would be able to actually cool down. The blood in the ears would cool down, and then the whole animal as a result would actually cool down. So it's basically an aircon system. Additionally, the flames on there, on the tail and on the legs, they're really a weird adaptation. I mean, there's nothing alive today that actually is permanently on fire like this. Now, currently there isn't much for the foxparks to do, but if we were to make a little campfire somewhere, which we need more wood for, if we were to make it over here, for example, and we cook berries, the foxparks over there would, of course, be able to do the cooking bit. And it would be able to, oh, there you go, another tree has respawned, some reseeding having taken place there. The foxpark then, of course, would be able to actually cook the food for us. And we are going to do that with the berries. We are going to make cooked berries because that's going to give the pals some sanity back when they do eat it. And as you can see, we can actually seed the berry plantations ourselves, and we can water it ourselves, and we can harvest it ourselves. But goodness me, it is, as you can see there, a very, very slow process. So we are going to get pals to do this for us. They're going to be part of the team. This is teamwork after all, and teamwork makes the dream work. And the best pal to actually get for planting at the start would be the gumos, and you can find them at the starting area. We can also find pen gullet at the starting area. But if we wanted to make things a little bit more difficult for ourselves, we could go for that capriti up there. And I think that's actually what we're going to be doing. Because that capriti, I think, has got level 2 planting, rather than just level 1 that gumos has. So it's a little bit more of an advanced one. So we are slightly outmatched, quite probably there. We are going to have to call on one of our pals to help us. And I think the pal we are going to be calling on is our foxparks. But this one plantation we have planted ourselves, we have watered it ourselves, and now it is growing. And we're just going to wait for it to grow a little bit more before harvesting it. Now what we can also try to make, of course, would be the shield. That's going to be very, very important. So we're going to just go chop some wood and get and mine some stone. And then we can also make the foxpark harness, because that is going to allow us to actually equip the foxparks as a little flammenwerfer, as a flamethrower. There is another capriti up there, so if something unfortunate were to happen to the capriti on our right here, so at the top there which we are going to go for, we do have a backup capriti right up there as well, if it doesn't despawn in the meantime. Alright, now Lucky Luke is making us a foxparks harness, and then myself and our little Lamble over here, we have created a little common shield. So thankfully now, at least we'll be able to take one hit, or maybe two, before starting to lose health. So yay for that. And now of course we have got the foxparks harness as well, and whoa, this is going to be fun. But it is nighttime, so we're probably going to just wait for it to officially be nighttime, and then our little guys can go to sleep, and we can also go to sleep, and then in the morning we'll take out the capriti. But in the meantime, we're just harvesting our berries. They have grown. It's quite quick, but it would be really great if we could just get someone to plant and water it for us. So yeah, it is possible, of course, to do all of this on your own, but it is so much better with the pals helping you. And after all that, we got 10 berries. Wow. And there we go. It is a brand new day. Our Caprity is still up there. That is great. We've got our Fox Sparks. That's what we're going to go with. The Fox Sparks, of course, being a fire type, is going to be stronger against the grass type, the Caprity up there, which is perfect for us. So what we're going to try and do is get its attention to come down to us. Come on, little Caprity. Oh, okay, fine. You want to... Oh, okay, you are actually attacking us. No. He's doing range attacks there. Listen, guy. That's not nice. I actually want you to come down to us. Okay, I'm going to come closer. Oh, I'm going to be in danger. Let's try. We've got a 25% chance of catching it. Call back our Fox Sparks. Oh, okay, fine. Constantly just throw balls at it, hoping that it gets caught. Come on. Ah, really? Still not. Ah, there we go. That's going to be it. There we go, everybody. There is our Caprity. And we've got 267 health left. Wow. I do believe that was worth it, though. We can now put our Caprity... Shame, the Caprity is not doing too hot. We're going to just first put it in here in our Pal box so that it can recover. And then we are going to go and bring it out when its health is a little bit higher. So it will then be able to actually come and plant our plants for us. What we do need still would be a Pal to water the plants for us. I think we're under attack by the Caprity over there as well. Oh, Caprity, leave us alone. Caprity, leave us alone. No, no, no. Oh, no. Okay. Now you're under attack. Now you're in danger. Okay, fine. You know what? Vlammenwerfer. Come on, Huggy Fire. Show it what you can do. Yeah, Caprity. This is my Vlammenwerfer. You brought this upon yourself. And of course... Now we're going to catch a second one. Oh, but it is an artisan. That is great. The artisan bonus there, that's going to allow it to actually work faster. Oh, there is a Tombat. We are definitely not ready for a Tombat. I mean, we are level... What are we, level 7? Yeah, level 7. That is a level 11. So it's a 7-11. 7 versus 11. Not ready for that. No, 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 no. You've got to know which fights to pick. And we are not ready to pick our fights with that one. We are, however, ready to pick a fight with a Pengullet, which should be around here somewhere. Little Pengullets. I love the little Pengullets. And we'll talk about them, I think, next time. But we are going to try to catch one now. And then, of course, we can also talk about the Caprity in a moment. So yeah, if we look at our Caprity over here, it's got a level 2 planting, whereas the Gumos that we can see in front here, I believe they only have a level 1 planting. So, of course, Caprity better to get. And then there is the Pengullet. I see one right up there. Oh, there are two. There are two. Okay, well, of course, if we hit one, the other one is also going to attack us. Let's look for one. One that is separate from the rest. There is also a Nightwing up there, so a flying Pal. We are not ready to take that one on either. Soon, I think, probably the next episode or so, we will do that, but not now. I think they are separated now because I think there is one at the top there and there is one right over here. Little Pengullet. Hello, little friend. Now, hopefully he does not anger the Fox Sparks, because if he attacks the Fox Sparks and the Fox Sparks attack him, we may not be able to catch him. Please get in the Pal Sphere. Your friend is coming. Yeah, so they are social animals. They obviously found in pairs as well, similar to the Fox Sparks, similar to actually a lot of the Pals you'll find together in little pairs. Very often a male and female, well, supposedly, at least ecologically speaking, most likely would be a male or female. In many species on Earth that occur in pairs, you would have a male and a female in the pair, but you can also have, with cheetahs for example, you could have them in male coalitions. So brothers, for example, could also occur in a coalition together. So maybe we'll have two males sticking together, maybe it's a male and female with the Pengullets that we saw there, I did not check. But we do need to build one more bed, because we are going to bring out... Actually, we need another Pal bed. Let's just get that ready. Oh, we need more wood. Well, lucky for us, the trees have regrown. Oh, there we go, another bed. Now, let's see. I do believe, yes, this Caprity, this artisan Caprity has recovered. So we're going to plop it down. And he is going to now come and plant for us. So we don't have to do the planting. We can let the Caprity do that, which is marvelous. And if we now establish a ranch on here, the Caprity will also start working in the ranch and will actually drop berries while it is working there. But notice the caprity here has got this massive berry bush growing on its back. And this is most likely a mutualistic relationship between this weird little goat, and that's where the caprity gets its name from. It basically means goat. So it gets its name from that. And it's basically a mutualistic relationship between this goat-like creature and the berry plant. And the berry plant will have its roots growing into the caprity and actually obtaining a whole bunch of nutrients, because the berry bush there has got no roots in the soil. The only nutrients it can get would be the nutrients it takes from the caprity. Now, one may ask, isn't this just parasitism? Isn't this just a case of the berry bush getting a bunch of stuff and the caprity being harmed in the process? Because if you look at things like mistletoe, I mean, that grows very similar to this, but it grows on trees. It steals nutrients from the trees and it doesn't give anything back. The tree instead actually loses out because it loses a bunch of nutrients. But it turns out this is in fact a mutualistic relationship where the caprity here, the berry bush, the quality of the berry bush reflects the quality of the caprity, and the caprity will use this to attract a partner. The healthier the condition of the caprity, the juicier the berries growing on its back. So if this male wants to attract a female for reproductive purposes, he will actually offer her some of the berries. She will taste it and she will gauge his fitness based on how tasty his berries are. And then if it is in very poor condition, the berries won't be tasty and the female will go, nope, sorry, I don't want you, you are not doing too well, so I don't want your genetics passed on. You don't want you to father my offspring. Or likewise, perhaps a female will come to this male over here and offer him some of her berries, and he will go and taste it, and if it's great, then he will try to court her as well. But if the berries don't taste very nice, well, then obviously she is not surviving very well. She's in poor health, and he will not try to mate with her or court her at all. So the berries here is a gauge of how well the caprity is actually doing in life and how good of a father or mother he or she may be. So it's quite a cool mutualistic relationship we observe in the caprity with it and the little berry bush growing on its back. Really fascinating stuff, I think, at least. And now, of course, we have planted the berry bushes, but they're not growing. We are going to just upgrade our base here, and then we can put in another Pel in our base, and that's going to be our little pen gullet, and she's going to water our crops over here. So we don't have to water the berries ourselves. Our little pen gullet, she will do this, and they're going to grow after she has watered them. So now we are fully established. We've got agriculture going, we've got a little base, we've got bed, we've got a bed for our pels here, we've got 4 pels already part of the base. Next time we are going to start cooking, and most likely get the logging site and the stone pit as well, so that we can really be established at our base area over here. So if you enjoyed the video, everybody, please do give it a like. Any questions you have about the animals or creatures we see in the game here, please do drop it down in the comments below, and I will be happy to answer as best I can. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It really helps the channel to grow. And until next time, everybody, stay safe. We'll see you all soon. Bye.